So I am going to start MySQL. That is the practical part of your course, and probably on every Saturday we will try to conduct the class of this topic, that is MySQL, and we will do practical in this class. We will also try to do that class in offline mode also, but for the time being, most of the time we will do this in this day, that is every Saturday. Okay, so let's start. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to install MySQL, and since I uses Ubuntu operating system, so I will tell you how to install MySQL on Ubuntu operating system. And I will also share the link from where I have taken these commands, and if you are using any other operating system, like you may be using Windows, then you can search the web to that will to get the details how to install MySQL on your machine. Okay, so the first thing you need to do to install MySQL is first you need to update your machine. Okay, before going to install the MySQL server on your machine, you need to update. So in order to update your machine, you need to issue these two commands on your through the command prompt like this. So you need to use like sudo apt-get update. Okay, update, and just enter. It will prompt you for password or your administrative password that you need to give. Okay, and then it will try to install. Okay, wrong password I have given. Okay, so it will go to the web, and it will try to find out if there is any update available, and it will make all the list of all those packages that are available for update, and then by just following the next command, that is sudo apt-get upgrade, it will upgrade all those libraries that can be updated. Okay, and once you are done, you are ready to install MySQL on your machine. So now you just need to do this. I have already installed this MySQL server on my machine, so I will not run it, but you just need to do this command. You need to run this command, and then your machine automatically will start installing MySQL server. It at some point it will ask you to provide a password for root user, so you can give a password for the root user, and you should always remember that password. Okay, one thing you can do is also the machine's password. You can make both the password same, that is the root user of the machine and root user of your MySQL installation. In some cases, when you are installing MySQL, it may not ask for password, and then you can set your password later. So I'm just showing you a screen where all these details are there. So regarding installation, you can find out everything on this link, that is DigitalOcean. Okay, just note it down. This is this URL, digitalOcean.com, or you can just go for Google how to install MySQL on Ubuntu, and this will be the first link that you will see. Okay, so here you will find out each and every detail to install and configure MySQL. So I hope you will do that. That is quite easy. There is no any kind of rocket science there. It is very easy process. Okay, so you can go through it. If you have any doubt, you can ask me later. Okay. So once you are done, you will install MySQL on your machine, and in order to access your machine, you need an application that is called MySQL client. So when you will install MySQL, this application will automatically be installed on your machine. Okay, MySQL client. Now there is one more tool that is more user friendly. You can explore this tool also, PHP MySQL admin. So that is a tool that is used by PHP application developers, and that tool can also be used by database database users to design databases and work with databases. That is a very user friendly tool. I will suggest you that you can side by side you can go learn that tool also. That tool is very easy, but I will prefer to use MySQL client application, that is that you can use through command prompt. Okay, so in order to access this tool, you just need to write MySQL. So let me show you how to log into the MySQL. So I have actually created a MySQL account already. So I have already installed MySQL. I have created some account. Okay, and now let me show you how to log in into your MySQL. So this interface is actually the terminal of the Ubuntu environment, and with the terminal you can actually access MySQL client. So I'm just writing MySQL. So by just writing MySQL, actually you are referring to the MySQL client. Okay, so MySQL client is easily accessible through the terminal, and you can issue commands to MySQL. So let me show you how to do this. First you just need to write MySQL, then you need to write -u. So that means you are going to provide the username. So in case of my MySQL account's username is my name, Nemi, and then you just need to write -p and enter. So now it will prompt you for password that you have already set for this user. So this is a user that I have created, and this user have a password. Okay, so in order to log in into MySQL using this user account, I need to provide password associated with this user account. So let me give the password. Okay, so if you will give the password correctly, you will come to this kind of screen. You see that this is the message that you see: welcome to MySQL monitor. Command end with semicolon or /g, and this is the server's versions detail. This is the version that I am using, so that's why if you are using different kind of version, you will see different name there. Okay, and this is my connection ID. Okay, you may see different kind of connection ID, and all these copyrighted related messages regarding MySQL. And this screen is actually now indicating that I am using MySQL client application. So using this here, once you see this this kind of symbol there, now that means it indicates that you are ready to issue MySQL commands. Okay, so this is how we will access MySQL. Okay, so what first task you need to do? You need to install MySQL on your machine. If you are using Windows, you can Google it, how to install MySQL on Windows and how to configure it. And if you are a Linux user, you can refer the site digitalocean.com. I have just shown you the page there. Okay, so you can go through this. So once you install, this is the way you log in. Okay, so as I have logged in, you will not be able to log in because you have not created any user. So either you can use through you use your MySQL client or MySQL sub database using root user, or you can create a user. I will tell you how to create a user. Okay, so let's come back to the slides. Now this is the procedure that I show you. So if you want to log in as a root in your machine, so generally when you will finish your installation, जब आप just अपना installation complete करेंगे, you will not have any user account in your MySQL installation, but by default there is a root account. Okay, so you can use this root account to log in with MySQL. So what you will do, you will just write, remember this account is already there, you do not need to create it. Okay, so what you need to do, in order to create your account, you will just use this command MySQL -u space, you need to write root and -p. So when you will enter, it will ask you for root password. In some installation it may not ask for your root password if you have not given any kind of root password. So as I told you that when you will install MySQL, it will ask you for root accounts password, so that password you need to give here. Okay, so when you will enter this command, it will prompt for password. You will provide this password, and then you will get this kind of symbol there. Okay, this is a MySQL prompt actually. Here you can issue command to MySQL database.
सर
Yeah.
सर मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि मैं SQL को सर लिनक्स में मैं तो डाउनलोड किया था नोट सर.
Okay. चलिए, so let's come back. So as I told you that once you will type this command on your MySQL prompt, it will ask you for root password, root user password. So root user password आप दे देंगे, and then you will see MySQL prompt, and now you need to create a account for you. Okay. So generally it is always a good practice कि आप root account के साथ regular work नहीं करेंगे, because that is account is a account that is having all kind of powerful account होता है, सारी privileges होती हैं. We will talk about privileges later in theory classes as well. Okay. So root account के साथ आपको काम नहीं करना है. You just need to create account, a separate account. So for how to create command, let's see how to create account. Let's see this command. So you need to use a create user command. Okay. Now it is important to remember that create user command is a command that requires root level privileges. Okay. सो जनरली आप किसी भी अकाउंट से इस कमांड को इशू नहीं कर सकते हैं. जैसे मैंने कहा कि पहले आप रूट से लॉगिन कर लीजिए, एंड वंस यू लॉगिन थ्रू द रूट अकाउंट यू कैन इशू दिस कमांड रूट लेवल, बिकॉज दिस अकाउंट रूट हैविंग रूट लेवल प्रिविलेजेस. रूट लेवल प्रिविलेज मतलब ऑल प्रिविलेजेस यू कैन से. ठीक है, अभी आप प्रिविलेज के बारे में कुछ नहीं जानते, सो डोंट वरी अबाउट दैट. व्हाट आर द मीनिंग ऑफ प्रिविलेजेस, वी विल टॉक अबाउट देम लेटर. सो यू जस्ट नीड टू राइट क्रिएट यूजर, and then you need to provide the name of the user. So I have just taken name Ravi. Okay, now this at localhost is optional. Okay, at localhost is optional. Okay, why I have written it? Actually you just need to write here, if suppose your server is installed on some remote machine. Okay, if your server is installed on some remote machine, then after at symbol you need to provide the IP address of the server or domain name of the server. Okay, or machine name. Actually every server having a machine name, so generally machine name are hidden. So either you can get the IP address of that machine or you can use the domain name whatever available. So that is for this. For local machines this is also optional, since in your case when you are doing practical on your machine, so your MySQL server is installed on your machine itself. So all these things are optional. Only just you need to write Ravi, which if you are using Ravi as a account name. Okay, then a space, then you need to provide password identified by. These are the keywords. आपको ऐसे ही लिखना है, इन दोनों के बीच में space है, ध्यान रखना है. Remember there is a space between both of them. Identified by, and then in quote you need to provide the password. Okay, so whatever password you want to use, you can specify a password within single quotes and terminate the line with semicolon and enter. Okay, and then you will get a message like user created. Okay, like let me show you how to create a user. Create user, let's say Ashok identified by, let me give the password 123. Okay, so user is created. So you will get this kind of message, query okay, 0 row affected.
सर अदर यानी जितना यूजर बनाएंगे उसके लिए सर अलग अलग पासवर्ड डालना पड़ेगा.
हाँ, सेम पासवर्ड भी रख सकते हो, वो आपके ऊपर है ना. पासवर्ड जो है ना मशीन जो लिनक्स है, लिनक्स और एनी जनरली डेटाबेस एप्लीकेशंस डजंट स्टोर पासवर्ड इन normal text. They store your password in hash form of a hash value. Okay, so password mein there is no issue. Two different account can have same password, there is no issue, but username should be unique. Okay, remember that two users cannot have same name. Okay, two users cannot have same username. password can be same for two different users, but their names should be different. So this is how you will create an account. So once you are done, you will get this kind of message. If it may be the case that you may get different kind of message or some error message, and that error message may be due to using wrong syntax in your command, or it may be possible that you have correct syntax but you don't have the privileges to issue this command. Okay, so it may be the case that you maybe you forgot to log in by root user. आपने कोई एक अकाउंट बना रखा है एंड उस अकाउंट के पास क्रिएट यूजर की प्रिविलेज नहीं है, एंड यू आर एग्जीक्यूटिंग और यू आर issuing a create user command. So in that case you will get an error message because you don't have privilege to do that task. Okay, so create user command को issue करने के लिए root level privilege required होती है. Okay, so in my case I have created this username with name Nemi, and this user I have given this user a root level privileges. So this user is having privileges equivalent to root level. Okay, so it depends on you what kind of account you want to create. I will tell you how to create a user account with root level privileges, and detail में जो privileges है उनके बारे में later बात करेंगे. Okay, so for the time being, since you want to do practical, so you require root level privileges. आपको tables भी create करना है, table destroy भी करना है, tables का data भी you would like to manipulate the tables data, so you will require root level privilege. So it will be a good idea that you create an account with root level privileges. Okay, so I will tell you how to create account with root level privileges. Okay, so now I am going to give this user account Ravi all the privileges that are equivalent to root level. Okay, administrative level. So the command is grant is a command to issue privileges. ओके, प्रिविलेजेस को कैसे इशू करना है, स्पेसिफिक प्रिविलेज देना है, वो हम बाद में बात करेंगे डिटेल्स में. फॉर द टाइम बीइंग आपको इतना ही करना है. यू कैन नोट डाउन दीज कमांड्स एज वेल. ओके, if you may not remember all these commands, so you can write down the syntax, or you can take the screenshot if you are accessing this through mobile or machine, that if you can take. Okay, so grant all, notice the difference, grant and so notice the space between both of these commands. Grant all, both are keywords, you need to write them as it is. Then privileges, you also need to write as it is. Then space on, star dot star. स्टार डॉट स्टार मीन्स कंप्यूटर साइंस के लोग जानते होंगे स्टार डॉट स्टार का मतलब क्या होता है ना. स्टार डॉट स्टार फाइल सर्चिंग में आप इस्तेमाल करते हो, वो वहां से मीनिंग अलग है. सो स्टार डॉट स्टार मीन्स यू वांट टू गिव ऑल द प्रिविलेजेस ऑन एवरी डेटा आइटम और एवरी ऑब्जेक्ट इन द डेटाबेस. सो स्टार डॉट स्टार का मतलब सारी प्रिविलेज हम देना चाहते हैं. किसको? टू, अगेन दिस इज ए कीवर्ड, ध्यान रखना इनके बीच में स्पेस होना है. देन यूजर नेम, अकाउंट नेम, जिस यूजर अकाउंट को आप प्रिविलेज देना चाहते हैं. सो लेट्स से आई वांट टू गिव दीज प्रिविलेज टू रवि. ओके, नाउ आप यहीं पे भी छोड़ सकते हैं, रवि के बाद सेमीकोलन लगा करके एंटर कर देंगे, देन भी आपको अकाउंट को रूट लेवल प्रिविलेज मिल जाएगी. लेकिन आपका जो ये जो अकाउंट है रवि, ये किसी और को प्रिविलेज नहीं दे पाएगा. अब इफ़ यू वांट दैट आई वांट टू क्रिएट ए यूजर अकाउंट दैट कैन ऑल्सो बी एबल टू गिव द प्रिविलेजेस whatever that user have to other users also. मतलब जो प्रिविलेज आपके पास है आप किसी और को देने की भी कैपेबिलिटी चाहते हैं, तो आप लिखेंगे विद ग्रांट ऑप्शन. ओके, दिस इज ऑप्शनल, यू मे नॉट रिक्वायर इट. अगर आप चाहते हैं कि विद दिस अकाउंट, दैट मीन्स अकाउंट नेम रवि, आई वांट टू गिव आई मे रिक्वायर और आई वुड लाइक टू गिव प्रिविलेज टू अदर अकाउंट्स ऑल्सो, देन यू कैन execute this command with grant option. Okay, so with grant option means whatever privilege Ravi has, Ravi will be able to give all the privilege or selective set of privileges to other accounts also, other users also. ठीक है, so that is more powerful account actually. So it will be a good idea कि आप जो अकाउंट क्रिएट कर रहे हैं एग्जैक्टली इसी तरीके से करें. यूजर नेम आपका कुछ जो भी होगा वो आप ले लेंगे, चूज कर लेंगे, दैट्स अप टू यू, but you just need to run this command. And again you will not get any error message if you have this privileges to do that, और आपने correct syntax लिखी है. So I'm not let's do it, or let's issue all the commands to Ashok also. Grant all privileges privileges on star dot star sorry to Ashok. Okay, ASH Ashok, with grant option. Let me check it. I have typed it. All privilege on star to Ravi with grant option. Okay, so semicolon. Okay, so I didn't get any error message. That means my query was successfully executed. Okay, so now this command has been accepted, so that means you have given the privilege to this account. Now one task also need to do. These privileges are not permanent. You need to make them permanent by just issuing this command, first privileges. Okay, so इससे क्या होगा? These updates will be saved in the database. This is also necessary. नहीं तो privilege assign नहीं होंगे. First privileges. Okay, done. So now Ashok account has I have created an account with the username Ashok, and this account have all the administrative level privileges, and this account can also give privileges to other account. Okay, got it? So this is how you will create a account with administrative level privileges with grant option as well. Okay, so this task you will do in your machine. जब आप इंस्टॉलेशन कर लेंगे रूट यूजर से, ये सबसे पहला टास्क आपको करना है. Now this is the command that can be used to update the password, like update user. This is the command to update a user. Update user, set password. These are the keywords. Equal to, then this is a kind of function, kind of structure. Password, within bracket you will write the password. Okay, so here I have written new password. So new password means whatever password you want to issue. So अभी मैंने password दिया था, let's say 123. You want to update this password, you can provide the password here where user equal to Ravi. So in this way you will be able to update the password of the user. So I think that is very easy. You will do it automatically. Okay, मुझे इसको repeat या करके दिखाने की जरूरत नहीं है. And then again ये कमांड आपको रीइशू करना है, फर्स्ट प्रिविलेजेस. ओके, एंड नाउ वन मोर थिंग. मैनी टाइम्स क्या होता है MySQL में, जो कमांड्स आपने इशू की हैं, आप चाहते हैं कि पिछली कमांड को मैं दोबारा से इशू करना चाहता हूं, तो आप जो अप पेज अप की है उसे प्रेस कर सकते हैं. पेज अप पेज डाउन की से आप पिछली कमांड्स जो आपने इशू की थी उनको देख करके इशू कर सकते हो. ठीक है, जैसे सो डेटाबेसेस. ओके, मैंने पहले प्रीवियसली ये कमांड इशू करेगी. MySQL रिमेंबर योर प्रीवियस कमांड्स दैट यू हैव इशूड. ओके, सो उन कमांड्स के बीच में नेविगेट करने के लिए आप पेज अप कमांड जो है उसे यूज कर सकते. पेज अप जो की है, यू कैन यूज दिस पेज अप की. ओके, सो जो आपने पहले कमांड इशू की होंगी उनको आप फिर से री इशू कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, पेज अप पेज डाउन से आप नेविगेशन कर सकते हैं. सो दीज टू कीज आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, पेज अप पेज डाउन. Okay, now did you notice I have issued one more command here for you, so you can note it down. In order to show what databases you already have in your MySQL install server, you can see all the list of those databases using show databases command. ठीक है, let me repeat again. If you want to see what databases are already there in my database server, मेरे डेटाबेस सर्वर में कौन कौन से डेटाबेस पहले से बने हुए हैं, यू वांट टू सी द लिस्ट ऑफ ऑल दोज सर्वर, सो यू जस्ट नीड टू इशू कमांड शो डेटाबेसेस. ओके, शो डेटाबेसेस, एंड देन you will see list of those databases. So I have these databases. There are some databases that are already created by MySQL itself. So वो MySQL से related databases हैं. like information schema, MySQL, performance schema, sys. All these are the system databases. These are the databases that I have not created. When you will issue command, you will also see these databases in your machine. ये automatically created databases हैं. Got it? And these are the databases that I have created in my machine. Okay, मेरे database server पर ये databases मैंने create किए हुए हैं. Okay, so when you will issue this command show databases, you will see the list of all the databases. Got it? Now one more thing, if you want to see all the grants that have been issued or all the privileges that have been given to a user, you can use this command. So let's say show grants for Ravi. अच्छा रवि तो है नहीं है इसमें. show grants for Ashok. Sorry, I forgot to get. So these are the list of grants. You may not be able to understand what is the meaning, like grant, select, insert, update, all these grants are there. ठीक है. So इनका अभी आपको मीनिंग नहीं पता है, so don't worry about that. what are कि ये क्या है, we will talk about them later. Okay, so these are the privileges that Ashok have. Okay, these are the privileges that Ashok have. So lot of privileges are there. So why lot of privileges are there? Because Ashok is a user that I have created with administrative level privilege or root level privileges. So that's why you are seeing a long list of grants to the user. Okay. No, this is not the command for clear. Any question till now, till date? Now this command I have already discussed. So if you want to see existing databases, you just need to write show databases. Okay, again this is a command that require some administrative level privileges. So maybe अगर आपके account के पास privilege नहीं है, you may not be able to execute this command, and when you issue this command, you may see some error message where insufficient privileges kind of information will be there. Now we will discuss this command later. Let me just tell you what this command is for. This command is for creating a database. So if you want to create a database in your machine, you can use this command, create database name. Like suppose I just want to create a database, create database, let's say CUSP. Just write this and enter. Okay, there is no error message. I am getting query okay, one row affected. That means my database has been created. Now I can see whether I can confirm that if database is created or not. So just you need to write reissue the command show databases. So now you see this command this database name CUSP is there. Okay, so this is how you can create a database. Okay, now this database doesn't have a table. There is no tables. We have created just a database that is empty one. Okay, now one more thing you should remember, when you create a database, you will get automatically all the privileges on this database. So आप इस database में you can within this database you can add tables, you can remove tables, you can update tables, you can insert the data, you can modify the data and so on. So all the privileges on this data you have got. You can also delete drop this database from your database server. ठीक है, आप इसे हटा भी सकते हैं. So all the privilege you will get. Now one more thing, since your database server may have multiple databases, okay, and now you may decide that I would like to work this particular database. Let's say I want to work with database, let's say Twitter DB. I have this database on machine and I want to issue commands, I want to modify or I want to access this database. So whenever I will issue any command without choosing any database to work on, my commands will not execute. Okay, so in order to choose or in order to work on a database, you need to select a database for using. So उसके लिए आपको command क्या लिखना है, use and database name. So I want to work with database Twitter DB. Okay, Okay, so now I will get a message reading table information for completion of table and so on, and you can turn off this feature and you will get a message database changed. So now I have got this message, that means I am ready to work on this Twitter database. Okay, मैं अब ट्विटर डेटाबेस को एक्सेस कर सकता हूँ. अगर मैं ऐसा नहीं करता तो मैं नहीं कर पाता. नाउ वट एवर कमांड आई विल इशू, ऑल दोज कमांड्स विल बी issued by the MySQL database server over this database. अगर मैं कोई भी क्वेरी इशू करूंगा इसी डेटाबेस पर रन होगी वो क्वेरी, ध्यान रखना है. थोड़ी देर बाद हो सकता है आप चाहते कि नहीं मैं इस डेटाबेस के साथ काम करना चाहता हूँ, यूनिवर्सिटी डेटा. सो व्हाट यू विल डू, अगेन चेंज द डेटाबेस, यूज university_db. So again my database has changed. Now let's see how to see the set of tables in my database. So I just write show tables command. So with the help of show tables command I will be able to see all list of all the tables in the database. कौन से database में, which database I have selected, university_db. Okay, so let me execute this command. So I see here a set of list of the tables. There are 14 tables. So I have seen this message 14 rows. If I have 13 tables I will see 13 here. So this number actually indicates how many tables are there or how many records are there in my query actually. So this is the list of all the tables that I have in this database. Okay, I think आपने नोट कर लिया होगा ये क्वेरी. So tables command is used to see list of tables in your database. Now this is the command that will use to see list of all the MySQL users that you have. Again ध्यान रखना इस कमांड को इशू करने के लिए you will require MySQL administrative level privilege. So since my account have administrative level privilege I can issue this command. Okay, so actually एक डेटाबेस सर्वर पर जितने भी यूजर अकाउंट्स हैं उनकी इन्फॉर्मेशन MySQL जो डेटाबेस बना हुआ है ऑलरेडी, मैंने कहा ना दिस इज अ सिस्टम डेटाबेस. यू सी this MySQL database, it is a system database. So this database also have lot of tables. So one of the tables is user table and this table contains all the information regarding users. Okay, so by just accessing this database you can you can see the list of the users in your database. So let me issue this command. I am just copying so that I will not require any kind of typing. Now what do you say, my command will be successful or not? Sorry, typing में कुछ error. Why this is error? Actually database is trying to issue this command on this database university_db because I have selected this database for work. Okay, university_db I have changed it, है ना. So MySQL is trying to run this command on this database. Now there is no user kind of table there in this database. Okay, so I have to change my database for working. So working database आपको change करना है. So आप लिखेंगे use MySQL. ठीक है, now the database is changed and now I can issue this command. Okay, sorry, select star from MySQL.user. Okay, 1 minute. So tables, let me see the list of the tables. If MySQL user table is there, yes, 1 minute. Select star from user. This is the user table. So now I need to see this. I need to access this column actually. So in place of star I will just write select user. Okay, so these are the list of users that I am having. Okay, so मैंने क्या किया है, there is a column with name user. So इस user column में I already know that कि इस column में users की list होती है. ठीक है, बहुत सारे columns हैं. You see these are the list of columns: host, user, select privilege, insert privilege, and so on. Okay, So this is a very large table, but I am interested in just knowing user, okay, name of the user. So I just selected this column only, select user from user. Okay, I have not discussed what is the select command. For the time being, you just remember this command. Okay, select clause के बारे में we will talk about later. ये command कैसे बनी, क्या है, you will understand it later. For the time being, just remember, if I want to retrieve the name of the users, you can use this command. Okay, select user from user. So user is the name of the command table actually. It is the name of the table. This is the name of the column. So I have just selected all the columns, and you know that username are unique, so there will be no repetition. So app developer, that is an account. Asoka, that I have created. Nemi, Ravi, these are the accounts. So these are the actually system account. App developer, app designer, these are the accounts that are, some accounts I have added. These are the system accounts, including these one. Okay, and this is also system account. I guess these accounts I have created. Okay, I am not remembering, पहले मैंने किए होंगे. So you just see आपको कौन कौन से अकाउंट्स कॉमन दिखाई देते हैं. देयर विल बी सिस्टम अकाउंट्स, वो आपकी टेबल में दिखाई देंगे, मेरी भी टेबल में दिखाई देंगे. आई एम नॉट रिमेंबरिंग इसमें से कौन कौन से सिस्टम अकाउंट्स हैं. मैं इनके बारे में कंफर्म हूँ. दीज आर द सिस्टम अकाउंट्स. ये मुझे नहीं क्रिएट करना पड़ेगा, इनके बारे में कंफर्म नहीं हूँ. आई गेस मुझे ये मैंने क्रिएट किए हुए हैं. ओके, लेट्स कम बैक टू अगेन यूनिवर्सिटी DB. Okay, this is database changed. Tables. इतना समझ में आ गया? If you have any doubt, you can ask. ये कमांड्स के हम बारे में बाद में बात करेंगे. दीज आर द सिस्टम्स रिलेटेड, सो दैट आर नॉट वेरी यूजफुल. नाउ वन मोर थिंग, if you want to see the structure of the table, there is a one more command, describe command. So short में हम DESC लिखते हैं, DESC. Let's say you want to see what are the set of columns in this table. Let's say student table में क्या क्या columns हैं. So DESC STUDENT. Okay, so you will see that this command will describe the table's structure. So you see that these are the fields mean columns. So this table, student table, have 4 columns. First column is ID, name, department name and total credit. These are the data types: varchar 5, varchar 20, varchar 20, decimal 30. So these are the data types of these columns. ID is a varchar, that means it is a variable length string of 5. Name is a variable length string of 20 characters maximum. Okay, it is a department name is of length 20. So varchar और ये सब data types के बारे में बाद में बात करेंगे. Okay, these are the information related to constraints, कि null constraints किस पर लगा हुआ है. We have already talked about integrity constraints, that is null constraint or not null constraint. So here null means no, that means no null value will be allowed in this column. This is also no, that means name will also cannot be null. Name cannot be null. Yes, here it is written yes, that means department name can be null. You can leave this value empty. And total credit can also be null. Key, this is a primary key, and department name is actually foreign key. Okay, so that's why I am. And default values we will talk about later. Default is a kind of constraint that you can try, and this is extra, so that is empty. Some other information may be there. So 4 is written because there are 4 columns. Okay, you can also write this command in this way also, describe. Okay, so describe is the full command and DESC is the shortcut command for this. Okay, data type we will discuss later. Now one task you also need to do, you can take a screenshot of this column, this slide. Okay, I will also share the slides, but if it will be great if you take the screenshot of this table, this slide. Okay. Now, why this? I'm talking about this slide, and I am saying you to take the screenshot of this slide. This is because this slide show you how to run a SQL script. So actually, I will share you a set of SQL files with .SQL extension that contains a set of tables and databases. Okay, and actually those set of databases, sorry, that set of tables and their data is written in SQL query form. So you can run those SQL command to automatically create a database in your machine, and that database will also be automatically populated. Okay, so what you just need to do, MySQL में लॉगिन में आप किसी अकाउंट में नहीं जाना है, जस्ट सिंपली you will just write with, if you are using a account, then you will use source file name or dot file name. ठीक है, so what you need to do in order to run this command, you need to write source command. Source is a command to execute a .SQL file. Okay, now याद रखना है कि जिस डायरेक्टरी में आपकी ये फाइल है उसी डायरेक्टरी में पहले आपको MySQL से नेविगेट करते हुए जाना है कमांड प्रॉम्प्ट से. So suppose आपकी जो फाइल रखी हुई है, you have this file in your document folder. So what you will do first, just using cd command you will go into document folder and then वहाँ पर आप MySQL में लॉगिन कर लेंगे. Okay, so that means आपका जो टर्मिनल की जो करंट डायरेक्टरी है योर डॉक्यूमेंट है. एंड अगेन अब आपको सिंपली क्या करना है, लेट मी शो यू बाय दिस वे. सो सपोज आपको आपने क्या किया, आपका जो डॉक्यूमेंट है ये डॉक्यूमेंट्स नाम से फोल्डर है, इसमें आपने वो फाइल कॉपी कर दी है. मैं आई विल शेयर दोज फाइल्स विद यू .SQL एक्सटेंशन के साथ. सो आप वो फाइल को यहाँ कॉपी कर देंगे .SQL में. एंड नाउ व्हाट यू विल डू, यू विल जस्ट यूज cd कमांड, cd डॉक्यूमेंट्स, इतना ही टाइप करिए और टैब प्रेस कर दीजिए, अपने आप ले लेगा एंटर. एंड ls command will show you all the list of the files, so you can confirm that you are in the document folder only. Okay, now what you just need to do, यहाँ पर आपको लॉगिन करना है MySQL में. Okay, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया, लॉगिन करने के बाद जब once you get the MySQL prompt, you just need to run this command, source space and name of the file and semicolon. ठीक है, so मैं आपको ये बता दूंगा ऑफलाइन क्लास में भी आपको, अगर आपको कोई दिक्कत आती है देन सो आई विल शेयर द नेम ऑफ द फाइल. सो व्हाट यू जस्ट नीड टू राइट इन दिस प्रॉम्प्ट, जस्ट राइट सोर्स एंड नेम ऑफ द फाइल. लेट्स से abc.sql है तो abc.sql आप लिख देंगे, abc.sql. ओके, सिंस आई डोंट हैव एनी फाइल सो आई विल गेट एन एरर मैसेज बिकॉज द फाइल इज नॉट देयर. But if you have the file in your current directory, that file will be starting executing. Okay, I will tell you the procedure to execute this command. So उससे क्या होगा कि आपके डेटाबेस में ऑटोमेटिकली एक यूनिवर्सिटी डीबी क्रिएट हो जाएगा एंड उसमें डेटा भी पॉपुलेट करने के लिए एक और SQL फाइल है, आप उसे भी एग्जीक्यूट कर देंगे. और आपकी जब फाइल्स पॉपुलेट हो जाएंगे, फाइल्स एग्जीक्यूट हो जाएंगी सक्सेसफुली, देन यू विल हैव ए डेटाबेस दैट इज रेडी मेड इन योर मशीन, जिसमें स्टार्ट ऑफ जो आपकी बुक में जो टेबल्स हैं, टेक्स्ट बुक्स की टेबल्स हैं, दो टेबल्स विल बी देयर एंड सम डेटा विल बी देयर ऑल्सो देयर, एंड सो दैट यू कैन रन एंड सी द आउटपुट ऑफ द क्वेरीज दैट हैव बीन गिवन इन योर बुक एक्चुअली. सो बुक की मदद में जो कुछ भी है बुक के अकॉर्डिंग आप प्रैक्टिकल कर पाएंगे. सो मैं वो आपको फाइल्स आपको शेयर कर दूंगा. ठीक है, स्टिल यू फेस सम डिफिकल्टी टू एग्जीक्यूट योर फाइल्स, यू कैन आस्क, यू कैन डिस्कस विथ मी ऑन मंडे. Okay, so now let's close for today. I think this much is enough, and now you need to, okay, one more thing, if you want to exit from the MySQL you can use exit command. Okay, there is also one more command, quit, आप quit भी कर सकते हैं. Okay, so prompt भी बंद हो जाता है exit command से. So I have closed my MySQL application. Okay, so now let's close here.